Hello and welcome. On behalf of Group 1, we'll be presenting a Help Is Here campaign pitch to you all. We really hope that you enjoy the next 5 minutes and that you take our pitch into your consideration set. Let's end domestic violence once and for all. Thanks.
The reason of why we implement our campaign accordingly is due to Western New South Wales having a 4 times higher case of domestic violence than the national average, equating to 5 cases per day with higher rates from lack of services for victims and perpetrators. So our regional focus campaign will center around this problem space around the geographical locations identified here, which is Walgett, Coonamble, Killender, Narromie, and other surrounding areas.
You may be wondering who's the target market for the Help Is Here campaign. To answer your question, we'll be targeting females in 12 towns within the geographical region of northwestern New South Wales. Quickly imagine this. Place yourself in the position of a female domestic violence victim in the aforementioned regional town. The trauma that you face every day with no certainty for help is a truly frightening thought. Ultimately, this campaign will without a doubt provide a sense of relief for all domestic violence victims within those regional areas.
The purpose of our campaign is to provide information and support services to domestic violence victims. Essentially, we want to achieve a call to action, not just awareness. And we want our message to be received by our target audience, which is the regional aspect of New South Wales, more particularly northwestern regional New South Wales. And we want to achieve a reach of 65% of that target audience. So ultimately, our creative strategy is about having less text and larger font in order to adjust for this target audience.
When implementing our campaign, we are focusing on the paid media categories of billboard, community halls, radio, Telstra phone booths, and the local newspaper. Earned media will be created as news organisations will report the progress of the campaign. Poster billboards will be utilised as they create brand awareness and consumer recognition. They'll be placed along the main roads within town centres due to high vehicle and pedestrian density. These billboards will work in conjunction with radio. Billboards create awareness, and the radio will create image transfer of the campaign, encouraging victims to act and seek help. Radio will be implemented using the local radio stations, as the audience has an established sense of belonging and trust with the program. Furthermore, posters and flyers will be displayed in Telstra phone booths to encourage a call to action in a safe environment. Similarly, posters and flyers will be displayed in community halls during season festivities to encourage conversations around the campaign. Lastly, as the target market predominantly receive their information from the local newspaper, it is recommended to advertise in the Daily Liberal, as is the most common newspaper for this region.
The campaign budget is based on the amount of units dependent on each particular media activity. Our outdoor billboards have 1 per town and will be running continuously. They are the major cost in the budget. Telstra phone booths, we have at least 1 per town. Some with higher, more populated areas will have more. Community hall placements, we've budgeted 2 per town. And we have 4 major radio stations, daytime running promotion ads, as well as newspapers and contingencies to make up the $1.5 million budget. The major focus of the campaign is reach, which is reflected in the continuous flighting strategies for the outdoor billboards, as well as the major objective, which is conversions. That's also reflected in the continuous Telstra phone booth. Pulsing strategies are applied to the daytime radio promotions to avoid wear-out and habituation. And then lastly, we have some burst strategies. Community halls placements are done over the higher months of increased domestic violence cases. And we have newspaper press releases at the beginning, middle, and end of the campaign.
Government research and the effects of the COVID-19 pandemic tell us that we need this campaign. We believe our media plan should be chosen because regional towns place large importance on community. So our integrated strategy, which focuses on pairing out-of-home media within communities with other channels, is highly effective. This also fosters word of mouth to not only promote the message, but also to allow victims to take action.
To conclude, the Regional Help Is Here Wave 3 campaign will focus on tackling the highest impact areas in New South Wales through regional focused media vehicles and technique for a fraction of the cost of the previous wave, providing opportunities to improve our local communities for the greater good and a safer Australia.
Thank you all so much for coming to the end of a Help Is Here campaign pitch. We hope that you enjoyed it as much as we have, since we truly believe our pitch has the ability to change the lives of regional domestic violence victims. Thank you, and we hope to hear from you soon.